Hello, everybody. Welcome. Listen, welcome to the Energy Show. We made it to Tuesday. Yes. Listen, I'm extra hype, okay? And I have every reason to be. This is a long overdue show today, let me just say. But nevertheless, I have listen, my special guest today. Y'all thought Chief Smith was dropping gems. I'm going to really need y'all to go get y'all pen and paper today because it's gonna be just diamonds. It's just diamonds, just everywhere. Okay, diamonds. Listen, guys, welcome. If you've never tuned in, welcome to the Energy Show. As you can see, we come with a lot of energy, but we come with a lot of education. Why is the Energy Show needed? Because we're all about community. We're all about unity. We're all about collaboration. We're all about love. There's no judgment zone here at the Energy Show. We bring you knowledge, wisdom, clarity, and understanding from all facets of industry segments, if you will. And so it is literally for you to either build and or rebuild what your life, your vision, your future, your goals, your missions are all about as you do what? Walk in this thing called life. Did you not know that you were created with a purpose? Did you not know that? If you didn't know that, you know that now. You were created with a purpose. You were not created just to be existing. You were created to really impact this thing called the universe, the world, the earth with your very presence. And so here at the Energy Show, we are here to bring knowledge, wisdom, and clear understanding, as we mentioned. We do ask that you like and share. Please hit the like and share button. Share with your family and friends. We have, again, a wonderful guest on tonight who, by the way, name is the Clarity Doctor. And when I tell you he brings divine clarity to the people, oh, my word. And we're going to dive into that. So if you're currently finishing out strong the year of 22 and you're trying to figure out what 23 looks like and you're trying to figure out, who does that involve and what does that involve and what am I supposed to do next? We're going to dive deep into that on tonight. So again, hit the like and share button. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We have international presence. I'm just like tripping. Okay. We all up in the Caribbean. Yes, we got people in India. We got people in Australia, which is a blessing. I'm not bragging. I'm just thankful. Okay. That we are bringing value across these waters and these land parts. Okay. So not only that, as you are getting your information on tonight and you're trying to figure out, is this something that I need to build new? Or is it something that I need to go back and rebuild, maybe add some new layers, whatever the case may be? You want to make sure you're doing some self-evaluation along the way, right? Again, we're going to be speaking with the Clarity Doctor. So there may be some things that you're like, okay, maybe I haven't been able to get over this hump because this blockage is in the way. You want to get it for you, but you also may want to have some individuals in mind. There's nothing wrong with that because here at the Energy Show, we love sharing knowledge. We love sharing information. We do know that we get it for us, but we're not selfish with the information that we get. Once we get it for us and the light bulb clicks on and we're in full throttle, we want to share with other people so they too can let their light bulb click on and then they go full throttle. And before you know it, they're sharing, and it becomes a full on domino effect. That is what the Energy Show is all about. We love men, women, families, blended families, single parent families. Look, the youth, we love everybody, anybody, everybody, everywhere. This is what this show is all about. It's truly a family show. So tonight, I really want to, again, take this time to introduce my wonderful guest speaker by the name of Timothy Moore, who's also known as the Clarity Doctor. Mr. Moore, welcome.
Hey, what up? Man.
How are
you? Let's go. I'm hyped.
We cuts up, okay? Y'all look, there's guests on here and then it's guests on
There's
here.
Family. There's that's bro, that's sis. We roll.
That's real. That's real. Mm-hmm. I know my mom is, and other family members now, wait a minute. I didn't know she had all these family members. She's saying brother and sister and this and that. I didn't know I had all these kids. Well, yes, you do, Mom. Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Moore.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. The Clarity Doctor.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. We're going to get into that, but let the people, who is Timothy Moore? Who are you? Where you come from? Where you look?
Right. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. No, I'm playing. Really, it obviously, you know, as everybody starts with a story, and I really will jump in right here, is I grew up without my father, and so I spent the majority of my adult life blaming him for every failure that I had as an adult. I blamed him for divorces, breakups, job failures, money failures. It was his fault because he was absent. And I thought the father was supposed to, you know, keep you from messing up in life. So when he died, I'm trying to figure out why all the tears for this man that I really didn't know, didn't spend a lot of time with. Why am I crying on his casket? I'm looking at this lifeless body and I'm like, I'm bawling. And it was at that point when I realized I'm crying because I don't have anybody to blame. All this time I spent, this energy saying, well, if you would have been here and all this kind of stuff, I'm looking at him and he's gone. And I'm realizing it was never his fault. So now I'm crying, not just because I'm hurt, this empty space, he's gone, but I'm realizing it's my fault. It was on me that things didn't go the way I wanted to. And so at that moment, I said, you know what? That's an epiphany. So I released him. I let him go and said, I need to make some decisions and change the trajectory of my life. And so that's when I sat down and I heard, write the vision, make it plain so that when you read it, you can run. And that just set my spirit on fire because I'm like, I'm ready to run. I'm tired of this circle, you know, this going around this same old mountain, the same old things, nothing really changing, nothing really shifting, just feeling stagnant. You know, the master's degree in computers, you know, nice job, but it was still like, it's got to be more. And so I sat and I wrote a vision statement, and that thing just quickened my spirit. And I was like, wow, this is it. And so that's when I shifted. My trajectory changed. I went from blaming to blooming, from excuses to execution. And I've just been on fire ever since. Like, I got, like, you know, the vision truly wakes me up in the morning. And so that's really who I am, the clarity doctor. So I'm going to give you clarity. I'm going to give you perspective. I'm gonna give you perception, just helping you look at things differently. And that's the core of who I am, because I realized all of the bondages that I was in, it came literally because I had no vision. There was no clear sight on the impact that I personally wanted to make on the world. And so when I wrote that vision down and I connected with it and it resonated, and I was like, okay, this is it. So that's me. I want to help people. That's it. That's it.
I'm about to just exit stage left and let you have the Inner Chi show tonight. Okay. Timothy, listen. Look, the chat is blowing up. Listen, it's blowing up. Oh my God. Okay, let's go back.
Okay.
Ooh. Blaming to blooming. That's tough for a lot of people because human nature says it ain't my fault. It's them. It's because of them I am who I am. They made me this way. Their absence either made me this way, their presence made me this way.
Yeah.
So, because we're going to get into your courses later, because I'm going to need the audience to take your courses.
Right.
But without exposing too much, how does one pick themselves up and go to the next lily pad from blaming to going towards a bloom?
Right. That's good. That's good. And it really ties into from faith to faith. Like, we have to go from faith to faith, from faith to faith to faith. And so the moment when my dad died and I'm crying and I'm realizing his presence or absence never really controlled the outcomes in my life, that's when I had to evaluate and really take a look at where I am now. And so it's that dot of current location. What's the current location? What is my right now look? An honest assessment of not the appearance or the presentation, but the actual reality. Let me evaluate. And so when I did that, it was like, okay, your finances is jacked. You all over the place. You in and out of these relationships. You don't care about nobody. You can't commit. All these different things that I knew about myself. And I said, this has got to shift. This has got to change because I'm not getting anywhere. So that was the first thing. And then I said, again, it's that vision. Where do I want to go? What's the dot, the lily pad that I want to jump to? Now, it has to be something that excites you, or otherwise you won't commit. And so that's that whole jumping from shiny object to shiny object, that shiny object syndrome. And so even like in my course, I talk about you need 5 things in order to have unwavering commitment to your vision. Unwavering commitment. And so if you don't have unwavering commitment to anything that you are trying to go after, all you're going to do is keep recycling failure in your life, because you're going to quit. And now that's going to damage your self-esteem. That's going to damage your belief in yourself. That's going to damage how you look at yourself, because you keep quitting. That was me. I kept jumping from thing to thing. Different. Every time somebody came along with this new, multi-level marketing, I would jump in because I didn't tap in to my vision. So somebody else's vision was always bigger and inspiring me and pulling me into what they were doing. And then I quit because I'm like, this ain't even what I want to do.
If you can't say amen, say ouch, because it's some folks at home tuning in. Look, they can't even drive good. Their toes is stomped all on.
I'm sorry. I can't be, and see, and what I heard even when I come on, it was like when people blow your inbox up with, "Ooh, come join my thing." The vision in my life is so clear. If there's no room for what I do in what they're doing, we can't collaborate, because it's offensive to say that what they're doing is bigger and more important than what I'm doing. That they're like, well, no, we only do this. We don't do that. Well, I'm already doing what I love. You can't convince me that what you have is bigger, because my vision is too big. You got to create that vision so big and make your excuses look small. And there's room for other people. And these people got visions that don't include other people but themselves. That's another subject.
Look, let me stay focused. Let me stay focused, because and Ambassador Sheldine, living in another person's vision and not your own.
That's it. That's it. I can't no more. I can't. And that's why we have to have clarity of our own vision, so we can filter out what's not on the same energy level, vibration. Your vision will attract the right tribe. It'll tell you who you're supposed to collaborate with, but you got to know where you're going. If I'm going to California, I'm not finna roll with nobody who's going to Chicago.
Let me rewind the tape just a tad, because many will watch this and say, Timothy, you're flowing so well with your words. You are inspiring and encouraging. And I see that it may have worked right for you, but I'm just may be in a place, I don't have the right support system. I don't have all the necessarily resources available to me. Like, someone's going to say, how did you start? Did you have the right, when the light bulb clicked on and you going through your process of grieving from your father and understanding more about his presence and or absence and who you really were, until that vision came to, did you have any influencers? Did you have a mentor? Did you have anyone that, because I'm a proponent for saying even the mentor has to have a mentor. I will forever say that, because that has to be true. Even the greatest has an outlet somewhere. Did you have a strong support system to even get you there, to even help bring the clarity as well?
It's kind of crazy, because my whole life, I've always wanted a mentor. I felt like the path that I was on, it was so lonely because, one, I didn't have a father figure, a spiritual father figure who I could connect with and really guide me. And so the answer is no. I mean, there were people that popped in and out, a pastor here, but that's always a different level of relationship, friends. But it was mostly, I had to dig in and do the work and figure it out. I had to dig. But I needed a change. And again, the excitement came when I wrote down the vision. And that's what, write the vision. Without a vision, people perish and lose all restraint. So whereas I had no vision, I was perishing from the inside because of the lack of inspiration, because of the lack of motivation and drive, something big that was impactful that I was excited about. I began to, what do they say? If you leave something alone and don't touch it, atrophy will take place and it'll begin to break down all by itself. And so without that inspiration, we break down, we self-destruct. And vision gives you that inspiration, and it gives you that restraint or that discipline to stay on task, because the vision will restrain you. It'll be like, you might dibble and dab, you might mess around, but it's always going to bring you back. Because why? There's that excitement about achieving it. And it goes back to that. You gotta write a vision that you are willing to tap into and have that unwavering commitment. So no, I didn't have a bunch of resources. I just made a decision. This is what I'm gonna do.
So let's get into the mind a little bit, because listen, let's be clear, because you are the clarity doctor. I need you to bring clarity for these folk right here, right now on this question. Okay. But some stuff that's exciting, some people ain't the right stuff that's really gonna head them in the right direction.
Okay. So again, it goes back to self-evaluation, honesty, being truthful, pull the mask off, stop pretending. I mean, there was a lot of things that I just had to go say, just be like, oh, it's me. Standing in need of prayer. It's me. Look, I'm jacked up in this here arena, and it's going to take me a minute, and it's still taking me time to peel off some of these desires and wants and needs that I've been attached to. Because we don't just quickly let them go. It's steeped in our programming. But it's the excitement of working towards it, that journey. Oh my God, it's exciting knowing that you're working on it, because once you achieve it, then what? So you got to be excited about where you're going and doing the work along the way.
Right. And being told, I love what you said, because you have to be so honest with yourself. You got to be vulnerable with you. If you can't be transparent and vulnerable with you, then like you said, the mask gonna stay on and the poker face for everybody else, including yourself, and you will not ever see any progress. But what we like to even challenge our clients with, in our practice is, okay, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, how has that been working for you? So even as it relates to the vision and, oh, I got this and I got that and I, da, da, da. How is that working for you though? All those processes, are all those plans, are all those, that's why the question, people are excited, but they may be excited about the wrong thing. It's a lot of people that may be excited, but it's the wrong thing. It doesn't line up with who they are. So then how does that work?
So, and that's it. So vision and identity are so related, because if you don't know who you are and you just no clue of what you love and what makes you tick, you can tap in to or create an unaligned or inappropriate vision for yourself. But when you dig in and do the work and you understand what you love and what you like, then when you create your vision, it's from an authentic place. So when I take clients through the process, I use reach, audience, pain or passion, identity, and desired results. It's rapid. So we're going to hit each one of those things and look at, okay, what's the reach that you want to have in your life? You want to be global, you want to be worldwide, you want to be international, you want to be national. What is it? Do you really see yourself? And a lot of them, they'll say, oh, I might want to, do something just in the state. And I look at them and I say, so you're telling me all that you have, you only want to reach people in this state? And then they have to reevaluate, and they're like, no. So tell the truth. And then they'll be like, I want to be global. And then as soon as they say it, their eyes light up and they're like, wow, I can't believe I said that. They get excited. You know what I'm saying? You don't get excited about going across the street, but boy, you get excited of going across the world. So that's that honesty, being honest. And then it's like, well, what's your audience? Part of that rapid. Who do you feel you're called to reach? Is it sufferers of domestic violence? Is it men who grew up with their fathers? Is it, corporate execs? I mean, who do you feel called? What's natural for you to talk to? Who is it natural? And you don't have to do any work. They're drawn to you and you're drawn to them. So I take them through that framework to dig, and then I'm able to create a vision statement that they can tap into.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And so in addition to that, how you're currently located where?
Omaha, Nebraska. The big O.
And so I have to believe that you've done a lot of work and transformation in that state alone. Where do you find yourself reaching into? Because again, we have a wealth of audience attendees, and they come from all facets of industries. And so, can what you're teaching and the services that you offer, I heard you say corporate America, can you go into any industry as it relates to, can you go into IT and share what you do? Can you go into manufacturing and share what you do?
And that's definitely a great question. I recently did a pitch contest, and they were like, well, you got to niche down, and who's your audience? And, they asked all these specific questions, but the reality is every individual needs to see. No matter who you are, you need to see. And it's not industry specific. It's literally, what is it that you desire to accomplish in your life? Let's dig and find out what is it that you see and what lenses are you looking at. So if you're in manufacturing, what do you see? If you're in service and retail, what do you see? Whatever you're in, communicate what you see. And that's the real premise of it. And so I just help people figure it out using the same framework: reach, audience, pain, identity, and desired results. And when we hit that, it doesn't matter what industry you're in. What do you see?
You help people cut out a lot of fluff. Get straight to the meat. Cut out all that fat. Get to the meat.
Look, we about to circumcise you. You better come on. We about to cut away that flesh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so with that, let's get a little bit more detailed as to what services do you offer. You know, if someone says, "Chi, you know what, I really enjoy watching the Clarity Doctor on your show. It sounds like he's got something, he's got a product that I need, but I really don't know how to kind of niche it down." What would you say are your service offerings that even just an individual who may have a business that could come and take advantage of your services?
Yep. So I definitely have like a quick, rapid framework where we just go through. It's like 30 minutes to 45 minutes where it's just let's get your quick vision down. You know, not a lot of fluff, not a lot of time, no real coaching involved. Usually for people who are pretty decisive, just need a little clarity, maybe need a little push, need to have someone ask them the right question, give them a little perspective, go through things they've been thinking. Maybe they just never said it or wrote it down. So that's really it, just getting the rapid framework. And then they'll write their own vision statement from that. So it's really a self-paced kind of do it yourself.
Okay.
So, right.
And so would you say, is there any frameworks to where even after the rapid, you find that a person needs to have maybe 5 more sessions with you in order to get to the end goal? Would you say?
Right. Yep. So then that would be my acquiring vision one, coaching session where we take the framework, we expand on it. I ask some more probing questions. I dig into childhood patterns, things that they used to dream about and let go, that still nag at them and they don't want to own and face, and let them be like, look, you not even in the right vein. You need to be doing this and you know it. Let's be honest. That's not even you're doing. And so we dig into that through acquiring vision so that again, they're not just going through the fluff and the excitement of doing something new. We're tapping in to what they were taught to do because I'm looking at patterns from 4th and 5th grade and 6th grade and what your favorite subject was and what was your inclinations and how did you really move? Were you always a people person? Like let's find out who you are. Now let's write the vision from that perspective.
So again, wow. Okay. Let me slow down here. Because I want the audience, we're real and I want to be realistic. That means there may have to be some personal work before we even get to that vision.
I have people cry in my sessions. They break down because they're facing stuff. We're uncovering stuff. And that's the thing. We have to have the belief system, which I call like an operating system, and we have to have the esteem to carry what we have to carry. A lot of times people don't have the esteem. It's not strong enough to carry that big idea that they keep seeing because they're too, an individual is too broken, talented, but broken. And so they can't even carry it because the weight of what they're doing crushes them and they go through imposter syndrome and don't even feel qualified to do what they do. They look at themselves and be like, why am I here? I don't even deserve it. And so they go through all these self-defeating statements. Well, their belief system has to be rebuilt to even carry the vision. And we got to identify, like, look, your operating system, your belief system is Windows 3.1. We on Windows 12 now, Windows 11. You still gotta, you know what I'm saying? You way back there. Gone. Your speech programs you in such a way where you can't even achieve your dreams.
Speech, posture, Attitude. People could be absolutely missing opportunities because of what you just said, or talented but broken, and because they refuse to acknowledge the brokenness and heal that, they're on the wrong operating system.
Wrong.
No one can understand where they are and where they're even trying to go. Even if they're trying to articulate where they're trying to go, it won't work.
Won't work. You trying to run a Word 2020 document on Windows 98, on Windows 95. You trying to execute all these fancy programs, but where you are positioned and postured, it don't even work for you. You quoting the latest and the greatest, what Miles Monroe and all these greats are saying, but you go home and can't even, that program won't execute on your operating system because it's too old. You can't execute. Can't execute. Can't execute. You get an error. Boop. Error pops up. What's wrong? Operating system. Need to change it out.
We got upgrade. We got somebody in the chat saying upgrade.
Upgrade. Got to upgrade. Look. Send me a disc.
See.
Send me a disc. Send me a disc. You still got a CD-ROM. You got a CD-ROM. Send them a disc.
And I love that lingo because, and that verbiage, because I have an IT background. And when I tell you, when we have to totally lift and shift and or upgrade a company's entire data center,
okay,
it can take, because come on, in a data center, for those of you who are not in IT, here's some freebies information. It may not make sense. It's okay. You have a plethora of things. You got switches, you got routers. It's a whole networking system. You got storage. You got storage blocks. You got servers.
Yeah.
You got information in motion. You got information at rest. If your whole data center is 2013 and you trying to immediately move to where we are in 22, and know this, even though we are in 22, there's stuff that's available now for 2025.
Right.
So for those of you who are sitting on your hind parts and choosing not to heal from any brokenness, you keep blaming instead of blooming, you using excuses instead of execution, you will forever be behind time. And it will take you 10 times the energy to get up to date, to meet any opportunity, if you are continuously making a choice, because it's a conscious choice.
Wow. Yeah.
I need you guys to tap into the Clarity Doctor tonight. I'm streaming his information down below. I really need you to connect with him on Facebook, on Instagram, send him an email, text his phone. See, I love brother because we in the same work. We doing the same work. But I love it from your perspective because you are a man. You are a male. And I really need it. It's a lot of women on here tonight. I love y'all. But I need you to tag your boos, your bays, your honey-do-wops, and say, baby, I love you. I love you so much. I need you to go holler at this brother. And I'm sure your services are also offered online through telehealth, or I'm saying, Lord, I'm saying telehealth. That's what, I'm sorry. That's what I do.
Right. Not there yet.
Sorry. Yeah, right. It's coming. Yeah. But there are your services, whether, hey, if you guys feel froggy, go up to Omaha. Okay, I'm sure he'd love to have you. But to have a brother on here that's speaking to an audience that, whether they already, I say people are never truly healed. You're healing always, because we're always evolving. Our creator is always working on us. You know, you're never complete or perfect. If you complete, you're probably getting up out of here already done. Let's just be clear about that.
Right.
So you are forever you are forever right evolving. And so I really, if you can take a few minutes and really talk to our male community, because even to that, we have a very diversified audience. So I am truly thankful. Again, not only are we reaching across these waters and these land parts, but the diversity in the audience is amazing. And we absolutely do have a diverse group of men that tune in here every week as well. So, you know, because men are macho, they hard. See, I put it in the example of church, right? When you go to church, who you mainly see? Let's be clear. Let's not act like we playing.
Right,
we got a whole pastoral staff on stage, but your congregation is mainly what?
Right.
And if you can't be no deacon, and if you can't be this, the adjutant, if you can't be, then you ain't gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
But then, okay, I'm gonna go on a quick tangent. And then the man at home who chose not to go to church with the woman and the children, and now you want to fuss at the woman about sleeping around with the pastor.
Uh-oh.
But where was you at? Where was you at, man?
Something.
Where was you at, man? Because, see, you could have been there protecting your woman, being there getting healed right with her and the children.
Mm.
So I'm putting that out there because it is a known fact. This is no secret that women are very much so the initiators to want to start their healing. And they're pulling and they're dragging their mates along, if you will. But here it is, you, like, it's not another woman on the other side of the screen. It's my brother. And you can identify, because in the beginning, and those of you who are watching, please hit pound replay in the comments, because I really need you guys to share, and I really need people to catch this replay. You said in the beginning that this all started because of your relationship with your father, and yet you were able to find your way. So we got a lot of men out here that either seen a man but seen the wrong image of the man, wasn't a man around, or the man was there. Yeah, the man or a man was there, but he was absent. His body was there, but he was never involved. Right?
Right.
So we got a lot of brothers that's trying to figure it out, and they don't really want to go to a woman. But here it is. We talking to Mr. Timothy Moore, the Clarity Doctor. How would you open up the conversation for men to come and, you know, utilize your services for the betterment of them and their vision?
Right. Well, you know, and it was simply, it's always going to, you know, really just start with my story, you know, and I think the vulnerability, obviously, in men is obviously lacking. We don't like being vulnerable. We don't know how to be vulnerable. A lot of times we don't even have a safe place to even be vulnerable. So I definitely would always come from a non-judgmental space. And I know people say that all the time, but I'm that brother. I'm authentic. I'm gonna tell you my story and where I came from, and just be honest about it. I have no room to judge. I start right there. I have none. Zero. And so I'm always conscious and aware, no matter what situation, you know, a person is coming to me, like, look, there go I, had it not been for the grace of God. And even now. So it's like, but come on, let's link arms and let's go. And you know, brother, what do you really want to do with your life? I know you've been beaten down. I know you feel incomplete. I know you feel incapable. all these different things, but inside you, you dream. You've had a dream. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it out. Let's mention it. Let's write it down, make it plain so that when you read it, you can run. Let's use words to activate you. Let's activate your dream. Let's bring you to a place where that those sparks go off on the inside as you be about you used to dream about having your own mechanic shop or used to dream about whatever. And let's see how we can pivot, and if not do that exact thing, at least operate in that space where you can still enjoy the residue of what you love and have an excitement about life. You know?
It melts my heart. Thank you for that. Why does it melt my heart? It melts my heart, brother, because I see so many men. You know, look, I love my man. You know, you know. I'm just saying. And we're and when I say iron sharpens iron, and we're constantly challenging each other. Have you met your goal? Did you, do you need to reset a goal? Do you need, just making sure no one has fallen off track, or if they have, get them back on track. And I, to your point, I know what I've experienced with my husband, before we even got married and while we are married, and just how society can bring whatever to make him potentially forget about his dreams and forget about, or dampen the vision that, I know what you're saying is true. And I really pray that our men community really take heed and reach out to you and understand some next steps, because, I'm just a wife on this end, and I know how I encourage my spouse and how we encourage each other, actually. But, I could just imagine if he didn't have a cheat. Now, let me quit playing. Right. If he didn't have a cheat, and it's like, no.
You have a tie.
Okay. So I'm just, but when I look at, the clients that come in, and I'm like, oh my word, have they not come in? And then when you hear about their story, and again, there's no support system, or the aha moments never came, or they didn't have the will because they had just been so downtrodden to even figure out the dream, and it's, yeah.
And it's more, trauma can reset you. Yeah. And so I feel like, the death of my father reset me. It made me take a good hard look at myself, even though I was already trying to figure it out. That was a serious reboot. That was a hard reboot. And, I used that as a step up and start working on me, because like I said, men, I think a lot of times we do blame a lot of external things and not really take ownership. I mean, we do. I know with my exes, I was like, oh, it's your fault. You didn't do this and you didn't do that. Even now, I'm like, okay, I realize I just didn't have the right vision, even for the marriage or the situation, for me to even choose properly to make sure that they were aligned with where I saw myself going. So when you don't have a vision, you can't even choose someone to go with you to your destination, because you don't even know your destination. You just wandering around. And so you hook up with somebody while you wandering, and then it don't work out. And then you hook up with the next, and that don't work out because you in wander mode. But it's not until you decide on your destination that you can now choose accordingly. And it's not like, just even having that conversation, you can feel and filter out when you know who you are and know where you're going. Be like, this ain't gonna work. You already know because you can see how they move. So having that vision is really powerful as a preventive measure, as a filter for who you connect with.
That's powerful. That is powerful. Look, we can do this for hours. Oh my gosh, but I gotta have you back. We gotta have a part two. I think I done said it to almost all of my guests, but I mean it because you guys bring the heat. Like, I'm biased. I know people out here doing their thing, as we say back where I'm from, the thug thizzle, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
But the Inner Cheese Show, we bring in experts and we've got doers. The word says that the harvest is ripe, but the laborers are few. And I can honestly say that every guest, including you, that you are laboring. You are laboring. You are out there reaping the harvest. And the thing about that concept that people don't get is, okay, you let all these folks go and get that harvest. Ain't gonna be nothing for you. So you might want to get on up off your hind parts and do the work so you can go and reap the harvest that's already. See, I'm trying not to. You see how I went up there and came back down that octave right there? You see?
I thought. But let me just give everyone these 5 points.
Okay.
And I
Wait,
really want.
Can I do a quick commercial and then we come back? We'll end on the 5 points and then what programs you got for people to take advantage of right now. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Inner Cheese Show. We have the Clarity Doctor here with us, Mr. Timothy Moore. I told y'all it was diamonds, okay? Diamonds and pearls. Okay, I told y'all. So look, Mr. Tim is going to close us out, okay? I ain't like some of those leaders. This is my fourth close. No, we're going to close one good time, and we're going to let the people go. But there is some great stuff. The Clarity Doctor has 5 points for you guys for this evening for you to take with you, chew on, gnaw on, meditate on, as well as share with us your current courses that you have and or classes and programs that the wonderful audience of tonight can take advantage of.
Cool. So there's 5 keys to success, and I'm not going to share all of them, but I'm only going to share this one key. And then I'm going to give the 5 points around that one key. So the one key that I'm going to share about success is having a unwavering commitment to your vision. Unwavering. And sometimes people are like, well, how can I be unwavering? Life will hit you and hits us pretty hard. How can I just be unwavering? Well, I'm going to show you this if you have these 5 things. So you need these 5 things to have an unwavering commitment to your vision. Number 1, you need a vision that you can see yourself accomplishing. See yourself. A lot of times we say stuff, but we don't see ourselves actually accomplishing it or completing it. Number 2, you need a vision that you can feel. So when you say your vision, when you repeat your vision, you need to feel it. It needs to excite you. You need to connect to your vision like a Bluetooth, where you feel it in your emotions, in your whole being. you need a vision that you can feel. Number 3, you need a vision that you can believe. A lot of times we do things and try to attempt things that we don't believe in our heart, and we try to confess it with our mouth. We don't believe it in our heart, but we try to confess it with our mouth. So we have to believe the vision that we have. Number 4, you need a vision that you can work on every day with no expectation of immediate money exchange. So if you can't work on your vision every day and without getting money, you're probably out of alignment, because the joy of working on it should be reward within itself. And you should just be getting better and better and better and better at that until you begin creating value that people are willing to exchange money with you for. And number 5, a vision that helps others and not just yourself. So if you have those 5 things, a vision that meets those criteria, you can have unwavering commitment to your vision. And I am complete.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. You see down scrolling at the bottom where you can find the Clarity Doctor. But I will say, I believe you have a couple of programs or courses that's happening right now that I need the people to take advantage of.
Okay. So if you go to theclaritydoctor.com, theclaritydoctor.com, you can download my free ebook, and it's called The First Step. And also there, you'll be able to get in contact with me and register for my 4-week accelerator online, a 4-week online accelerator. And that is Align and Master Your Vision. So that's really where we're going to dig in for 4 weeks, help you align and master your vision, bring you to a place where you do have unwavering commitment to your vision, where you'll be able to focus on your vision. You have alignment with your vision. You have clarity of your vision, and we'll make sure your vision statement is written down. So that's 4-week accelerator. That's going to be dope and fire. So that when you come out of that, you're going to be hitting the ground, ready to, put strategy out there, do what you need to do, and to be able to stay on task and not let life move you from your position.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Brother Timothy Moore, aka the Clarity Doctor. Guys, we really pray and hope that you were blessed. We're not here by accident every single week. We're bringing you gems. We're bringing you life-changing content material for your everyday life. And again, we're not selfish here on the Energy Show. So once you get it for you, definitely share these special guests with your friends and family and your network and the different groups that you're a part of on these social media platforms. Look, don't take the course by yourself. That's another thing. A lot of times we think that we got to do this stuff on our own. Bring a friend. They don't mind going with you, traveling, going on a cruise, going to the islands, going to Ireland, going to Kuwait, going to Dubai and all of this and all that. They don't mind going to you to the club. They don't mind going with you shopping. Can we come to can we just come together so that we can do this thing? You never know. The 1 or 2 friends that you invite to take the Clarity Doctor's course, y'all might start a business together. My word. Brother Timothy, did we lose you?
Oh, there we go. Am I back?
Yes.
Right.
So I'll just share with the people that don't take the course alone. Bring a friend. You never know what comes out of it once they all get clarity and get an alignment together. So, boom. Guys, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Be blessed, be safe, and stay balanced.
She's sugary. She's spice. She is everything plus nice. Take her one-on-one class and she provides the best advice. She'll take you down to the trenches, but only to lead a new way. Only for the sake of you and your legacy to establish a new day. Let's give a warm welcome to the Chief Reprimander and the Supreme Hugger, Chi Smith.